rock radio shows and doing all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. I talked on the radio back then and asked, because I figured the radio's powerful, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, I bet you somebody will somebody bring me a bottle of Wild Turkey right now. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting there with the singer from Nonpoint, if anybody remembers Nonpoint in the late 90s. And he's like, what? And I said, and it sure as all hell, here comes a bottle of whiskey. Like 10 minutes later, some fan had brought me the whiskey.
Somebody heard on.
So we went over and snuck and had a shot and did the rest of our interview.
You're like, oh, he wants some whiskey. Give him some whiskey.
Bring me some beer.
Get the man some whiskey.
Bring me some beer now,
That's
somebody.
the power of radio.
Yeah.
Where was that show at?
Modesto.
Where the Modesto A's play.
But that was a radio show, right? That I was on promoting. We were both promoting the Modesto A's show. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And where was like the furthest you've gone out?
Hemet.
One time we went to Hemet, Los Angeles, and played for.
That was nuts.
Metal Militia. The Metal Militia, the dirt bike riders were jumping over our heads and stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Oh,
really?
I was on the shoulders of a Vago. There was like biker gang was running it. Oh, there was some crazy.
It was a big old giant motorcycle park
show. That was nuts.
Yeah. Hemet, California.
Somebody even got killed.
That night, that day? They got ran over or hit?
Something in a wreck, like that night. We literally had,
Arron.
we literally had to push with a push broom. Our guitarist was pushing 40-ounce bottles out of the way of our...
God.
Yeah, we had a touring van that we slept in and everything, and he had to make a path. There was so much
40
alcohol.
ounce. Oh my God.
Oh, it was nuts.
I can see that.
A dude's chiclets, I mean, he got punched in the face in the pit in front of me, and his chiclets were in the sunset. You could see them glimmering.
It was the biggest free-for-all I ever seen in my life.
Oh my
it was
God.
pretty nuts. That was our Altamont.
It was
the Altamont
It
was
It was scary. And it was, but fun at the same time. And we met Deacon, the dude from Metal Militia.
Yeah.
We met a lot of rad people down there, so it wasn't it wasn't a loss. It was just nuts.
Yeah, it was a pretty big scene. I think I don't know. Maybe I just paid attention to it more back then. I guess hearing the different music and like seeing you guys out here, and so maybe that kind of rubbed off on like the type of music I was listening to. Seeing different things.
Everybody seemed to fire each other up. Back
yeah,
then.
and
nobody sounded the same. Like everybody sounded different and individual in it, but it made it like a good
show.
And it made a good competition like vibe, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they did that, let's do this.
Because you guys would throw shows out here with skate demos and stuff when like Ray had the skate shop.
Well, that's where we started too. That whole Shambles thing was Slacker
we did
City.
all the benefit shows to build the skate park.
Built the skate park so that everybody, you guys don't know, but right here.
And after he passed away, and then
the Anderson Skate Park we have over here.
And that was Slacker City though.
Yeah, Slacker City with Ray Klinkenberg went ahead and was like making the push, but to get the benefit together and to get everything together.
Was part of that
Randy,
too.
yeah.
And then Walt, I forget Walt's last name.
Walt Green.
And then there was that was a crazy scene at one point too. Slacker City was nuts. We played down in that basement and up top a couple times.
Yeah.
It was always hot in that thing.
Yeah.
I remember that's back before Beer Belly. I was shirtless at some of those shows. I remember that. There was and then downtown was some significant shows too, as far as Weber Point and the Civic Center. We won the Battle of the Bands, that big old Battle of the Bands at the Civic Auditorium. What did I say?
The Civic Auditorium. Yeah, Civic Center.
Oh,
well, it's kind of like the same thing, I think. Civic Center, Civic Auditorium.
Because they got that big arena down there now, but it was the old one. Like, if you go way up in the roof, there's like signatures of all the old school dudes like Chuck Berry and like
really
there's
that's cool.
The Godfather of Funk, James Brown. Signatures up there too.
Over here at the Civic Auditorium.
Yeah, like way up in top.
Wow.
We were like in the green rooms. Everybody writes their name on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
We played like some awesome shows there. Doja Click, shout out to them.
Shout out Doja Click. Go figure that you would be mentioning Doja Click.
Yeah, no, I know Rand. He's a good dude.
They wanted
one of
our
guitar
players to play guitar.
He's awesome, dude.
Yeah, he just dropped another album with Brother Lynch.
The Heat Monster.
Yes, the Heat Monster.
They played with them there. I'm at a loss for words. Finally, but the
Deftones. Deftones came.
Well, we didn't play with Deftones. That would have been rad.
Yeah.
I partied. That was a genesis too of me getting into a band. Before I picked up a mic, I partied with Mike. Phil's brother, Mike. What's her last name? Mike Martinez, Mike Death. That's what he was called. But he goes, "You want to go party with the Deftones?" And I barely listened to him that week.
Oh, so you just heard him.
Because that whole time was
this was before they made it, really.
Yeah, okay, so it's like when they're coming out.
Well, I sat in a minivan in Berkeley with Jonathan Davis from Korn, with Monkey from Korn, and with Chino from Deftones and Stefan from Deftones and Mike. We're in this minivan listening to a tape cassette of Around the Fur. And they were showing Jonathan Davis, "Hey, this is our new album."
Song. Oh, okay.
And I was like, and I had I had awesome Adidas stuff on and gear at that time. I was like all into it. And I remember just thinking, these dudes are the same as me.
Yep.
There ain't like no difference other than, da-na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
That was just blowing up. Like that place went berserk that night when Korn went on. It when you could tell they were gonna go to the top, and they did. But that whole influence of meeting and partying with them the 3 different times, like Korn once and then Deftones like a couple times. And then we knew Ming was our manager, Ming Ching, rest in peace. Chi Ching, and then he was a hella nice dude too. And then Ming was our manager. So all that influence early on there was picking up a mic too, and then he picked up that bass, and the rest was.
And then you guys were like, "Let's do this."
Yeah, and earlier we were talking about where we toured. We didn't tour all over the world or all over even the states, just on this state. I think one time did we play in Nevada?
West Coast.
Just the West Coast, but even that, the impact though in the mid '90s there that we made was regional, and people were new and who we were and what we were about, and we're having fun and. We were getting noticed, and we were chasing the golden carrot back then. If we would have made it,
your crowds are like a good. They were getting thousands, big. You know.
But that being said, it was very intense.
Yeah,
it was a very intense time, and this is pre-internet and pre-YouTube and we were making a mark. Drugs, alcohol, and life, and kids, and everything else, and then you gotta want all the way to go on that tour life, and I don't think we wanted it all the way.
So you just kind of stayed local,
and then
just enough to kind of keep the fix,
to have the fun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, and to socialize.
Things kind of spiral out, and then at the time it spiraled out, I moved to San Francisco, and that's when I started getting serious about art and painting.
That has really been a big push on your part. I know there's one piece that you did. I had to buy.
I got one for you in the car.
I had to buy it. Oh, no way! I'm blessed. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Man, your artwork really grabs me, and I'm just like, that's great. And like,
don't ask me what it means.
Pieces that I see in other people's homes. I'm like, I'm so glad you have Ernie's piece in there. It's like, great, but it's good. Good work. I mean, and it's just so much. So I want to definitely give you guys time to play a song that you guys have been working on. This is acoustic. You guys will find them a little bit stronger energy, but we're going to go ahead and give a little bit of acoustic piece right here.
This one's called I Don't Know.
All right. Let me make sure I'm in tune just real quick. Keep on talking about something.
So the new album is going to be called Human High, Sun Sober. And I guess I could kind of... Howlin Donkies. I guess I could kind of tell you a little bit what that means. There's been a lot of sobriety in our lives in the last few years. We're getting older, and you can't party I can't take the hangovers no more.
Right.
I still drink, but not to an excess anymore.
When he moved to San Francisco were some dark times for me, that's all.
Yeah, we don't need to get too into it. But the whole Human High and the sun, and it's summertime, spring when we started this new project, and we're out in a park. So it just all makes sense. I don't know, that's the spiritual part.
I'm ready to roll.
All right, this one's called I Don't Know.
All right, let me get...
Information overload. I don't know. The Matrix seeks total control. I don't know. Just want peace of mind. But pain and hate is all I find. Greed and lies rule the times. Put tape in and push rewind. I don't know is the final truth, but I don't know it's up to you. All I really know is we don't know it all. That's not enough for me. No, not enough for me. It's not enough for me. No, not enough for me. Yeah. Just want peace of mind, but pain and hate is all I find. Greed and lies rule the times. Put the tape in and push rewind. I don't know is the final truth, but I don't know it's up to you. All I really know is we don't know it all. That's not enough for me. No, not enough for me. It's not enough for me. No, not enough for me. Not enough for me. Not enough for me. Oh, not enough for, not enough for. It's not enough for me. Yeah.
Ooh, that was so nice. I like that.
I was a little off at the end, but whatever.
No, it's okay.
It's been a while since yesterday.
I get so nervous these days.
When did you guys write that?
Oh, that's the
That's
first
one.
The first song that we wrote doing this new stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. And so
Yeah.
how long did that take you guys?
Like 5 minutes.
It took us 5 minutes
I love
to write
it.
it.
I know that's right.
Our music
I
is
know
always-
that's right.
always-
I
Every
know.
one of them, all the good ones that we're keeping for the album, even the new one.
So easy, right?
Jimmy's Gift is they're all like 5 minutes, but it is really longer because
G means gift.
Jimmy's Gift. I'm not gonna tell you what it means.
I'm so curious.
Well, we don't got that one down, or else we'd play it. It's a really good one. But
We just wrote that like 2 days ago.
they all take over the summertime. Like every time we practice, they're modified. And then Aaron's real stickler about doing his homework, you know, and he gets it down or gets the part more solid or makes the riff more dynamic.
When we make up
Yeah.
a song, we make it super simple, like just
Yeah.
and
Not
then
even
start
words like
adding chords and other parts. It changes every
You know what I
time
mean?
we get together.
Yeah, yeah.
And the lyrics and the content starts to develop,
Yeah.
and the way I'm gonna pitch it out or sing it, it develops over the time.
The time of practice and
Yeah.
like just feeling
Practice
it.
makes
yeah,
perfect.
and it really does.
We're
so.
not like Iverson. You know what I mean? Practice? What are you talking about? Practice?
With the technology they got these days, like when we first started out, there were like 4-track tape recorders. They haven't even thought of CDs yet.
Yeah.
So now with the technology the way it is, you don't even have to go to a recording studio. You just have to
Yeah.
have a computer and an interface
Yeah.
and a microphone
Do
to
it all
make
ourselves.
everything you need.
Pretty much.
Well, you probably know you're doing
Yeah,
hip hop
yeah.
and rap, right?
I do hip hop
You know
and
It
rap.
don't take
Yeah.
much.
No.
You just got to have the money to buy the technology to do it.
Right, exactly. Because then you have your program and you just lay your tracks down and like
Yeah.
how you guys would
Yeah.
layer, but with music and different
Yeah.
instrumentals. But you made a good point where you do have to leave it open to where you say it's super simple, which is important because then you
Keep it
do
simple.
have to let it develop.
Yeah.
Because when you do start to go over it and then you start to get engaged with like,
Overanalyze.
yeah.
And then after it
The
develops
melodies.
and you go record it, you could add all the layers
Yeah.
and stuff.
The
you wanna
plan
add
is
to it.
there's no plan.
The plan is loose plan and random all the
And
time.
just go with the flow.
But it seems to work for us, and now we're getting to the. Well, we don't have all the songs we want yet for the Human High Sun Sober.
So that's the new album coming
Yeah.
up, Human
got-
High.
We
Sun
got
Sober.
4.
Sun
we
Sober.
got 5
Ooh.
right now, and we're trying to write at least like
Yeah.
about 12 before we start.
Yeah, you know
Okay.
what I mean? To have a well-rounded album. This time though, since we're '90s kids and we're the CD era, we want a damn vinyl record. So
Yeah. I was just talking to somebody about that, as a
Yeah.
matter of fact.
It's huge. I mean, it's huge again. And so
At-
are tapes.
At
Tape
the time
cassettes are
when we
hella
were
bad.
making our best music and we had the best players in our band for the Shambulls, we recorded and we never did anything with it because it was like we got it all put on CDs and everything, and we never produced it or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's like we got more done when we were just making tapes and giving them to people and giving CDs that we made to people. We never got our good stuff actually ever put out there the way we need to. But now with the technology the way it is, you could just go straight and give it to people for free by sending
put it on wax.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally a way of like digital technology of being able to just help work things out and get it produced and put out there so you have a finished product. But then the wax is different,
that's
and
what I-
that is.
I got a good record player.
Yes.
I want a record that I could go, look, I made a record
Yeah.
like in the old
We never
days,
got to
you know
do
what
that
I mean?
before.
So I'm going to say shout out to Tease because Tease and I were talking about this, and a friend of ours, Steve and Tease, we were talking about
I know that cat.
bring in vinyl back in
It's
our area
huge.
because we're
The
not
DJs.
nobody in our
Bring
area is
vinyl
doing
back, everyone.
Well, it's back.
Yes,
We don't gotta
bring it.
ask. I mean,
Yeah.
got rid of CDs yesterday.
Who did?
Best Buy.
Oh,
There's no more CDs. I mean,
nice.
they're phasing them out of Target.
And it's a
everywhere.
trip because you go to like Rasputin Records and
Yeah.
you look and CDs are like $1.50
Yeah.
each, and you can get
50
one that
cents.
used to
It's
cost.
kind of like the old floppy drives.
But they
Yeah.
went.
They're just becoming obsolete
They
and a
went
mess.
down in price because they used to be like, what was it, like $15 to buy a
Yeah.
CD when you bought a CD,
Mm-hmm.
and then now you can go buy just about anything from jazz to blues to rock, to
all
classical,
new too.
Yeah.
all brand new practically,
For like
Wax.
$10.
and it's only like a couple bucks for. A
Oh
CD.
wait, okay.
It's a couple bucks each.
The wax ain't cheap no more.
No.
It's like $30 for like a deluxe version. But 180 grain, man, you throw that across the room, you chop somebody's head. You know what I mean? It's
And the music is still embedded.
Yeah, the music's still
Just
embedded.
rinse it off.
And like he said, with the technology, it's easy enough to get it put on wax. And
Once you get it digital, you can put it on wax easy, but just getting it to that digital point, you could do any format. You can make a CD.
and there's
send
companies making the
for
wax
free.
now too online, and there's a bunch of companies selling tape cassettes too.
Okay,
They never went
I'm
away.
just gonna put this out here because I don't know if I'm ever gonna do it or a friend of mine is ever gonna do it, but I have a friend and I have like a great idea to Stockton, the city of Stockton. We used to produce vinyl here. We used to be,
wow.
we used
I
to be
didn't know
one of
that.
like the main hubs, and it was like a Hispanic, a Mexican company, Disco Azteca, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember Disco
Yeah,
Azteca?
I
They used to
remember. Did
press
they used to be
downtown.
Yeah.
They used to press vinyl there,
didn't know that. I
and
wonder
so
if the
we
machines are
were
still there.
one exactly. So why not Stockton bring back vinyl pressing
That would be
and
nuts.
everybody? I kind of had this whole idea for like a production for an event.
That'd be great.
Where it would be
be
like
awesome.
everybody would like need to press a vinyl in order to have a show there. You'd have to like give us your vinyl because you got your vinyl pressed, and
That's the only way you
it's kind of like a token, like a key.
Jack White has
Yeah.
that Third Man Records in Detroit, and that you can go in there, record in the studio, and they'll put it live right.
Yeah,
onto
exactly,
the
and
wax.
that would be the start of the show. Like that's my
That'd be
production where I think like
nuts.
to have like a album release party,
Yeah.
and so they get their album literally their vinyl press. So that's what plays while everybody's mixing and mingling. And then if they choose to want to perform one or two, then they can get up and perform one or two.
Yeah.
But the vinyl is what's playing,
That would be. You need.
and then you have your like your light show or whatever is
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on in the background, and
Well,
people your
hopefully
little
there's some
bar.
entrepreneurs or some
Yeah.
rich people listening.
I hope
Because
so.
a lot of those machines moved to like Canada and moved to Mexico and
Yeah.
like they sold them.
Yes.
But then I watched a little documentary. It's on YouTube of Jack White making that Third Man Records, and he bought a bunch of machines, refurbished them, or I think they made brand new ones. So the technology's out there to make new ones. They're making everybody's freaking records.
I'm
from
telling
Sleep,
you.
Sleep from Oakland.
If we could
to-
bring it back here to Stockton, that'd be a revenue maker.
Oh, sure would.
That would be a great
there's a bunch of
business,
talent
a
here
great
that would
business
use
for
it,
the
too.
music. Yes.
There
So
is talent.
anybody listening, I mean,
Yeah,
if I'm not
pick that
jumping
up.
on it anytime soon,
Well, maybe me
and you guys
Aaron
get
will
there
have to
before I
figure out
do.
how to get that done.
Yeah,
That would be
it's
rad.
really about getting the press,
machines,
yeah,
yep.
and then knowing how to make the two-sided because then you
And
you
get
have
the
to
wax
yeah.
and all what it takes to make
We'll have to
it.
have a conversation
Yeah,
afterwards.
That's deep one.
Yeah, we'll have to have a conversation because like that would just be a great
that
thing
would be
to have.
incredible. If we
Yeah,
had
to bring
something
that
like
staple
that.
back to
Yeah.
Stockton Stockton, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I think we had a great time. I want to make sure that you guys get all of your information out to where they can follow you.
Yeah.
They can get in touch with you. So I'm going to actually try to type as fast as you speak. Oh, Dejan says, salute my guys over for my two of my boys. He was like, what's up?
Oh, hey,
Dejan
we're
says,
supposed
what's
to
up?
do Play-Doh Vision too, so tell me
Yes,
as soon as we can.
they're coming to do Play-Doh Vision soon.
Yeah, stoked.
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up,
that's a good
Dejan?
dude.
Yes.
That's our park buddy.
I'm telling you,
I think that's the first time Aaron
The
ever
first
met
time
him.
we ever went out to play at a park, he was there with his kids and everything.
Skate Park Skankin' he did with Sambo. They have a song called
we
Skate
didn't
Park
play or nothing.
Skankin'.
We were just bullshitting
Yeah.
with him. I drank a couple tall cans and we bullshitted with him. But I had him over to the house, and I knew him for years. So, yeah, Dijon. Sam Raw.
Sam Raw.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I always liked his music. I don't remember I think he was playing in the Bay and living in the Bay when the Shambles were doing our thing when we first got real serious. When we got Brad Souza in the band, and that's when Klooster was producing us and we were making the mixtapes. But he would hear about us through what was that reggae dude? Do you remember that tall reggae guy? It was his cousin. Remember?
The reggae guy out here?
Yeah, and he used to hang out with us. He would always tell Sam Raw about us in the Bay, and so the Bay started knowing about us through that and through hip-hop. It was weird, because we always had a close association with hip-hop.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
maybe the way we dressed or whatever, and our friends and skateboarding had
But yeah, because I think it was kind of the two cultures that were in the skateboarding
street.
scene.
Yeah,
because you had the
Everything was
graffiti.
street and
Yeah, because
hip-hop.
graffiti was going on at the same time, and then so you had the people who were like the lyricists, and they were like beatboxing and stuff. So you it was kind of a mix with all of us, like. Everything going on there. You know, they had
Super
the
rad time.
turntables. Everybody were like spinning and stuff. So
Well, the bomb place, remember? On
Smart Bomb. Oh, no, not Smart
Threat.
Bomb, but
Bomb
the
Threat.
bomb threat. There you go.
Maison, shout out to Maison.
Yes.
Yeah.
Out on Main Street, right?
Yep. And then it was a wonderful time, the 90s. It was. We're getting all nostalgic now. But
Brent
go on,
Burkbile says what's up. Brent says what's
Oh,
up.
what's up? I know that dude. He was at those
Yeah.
pepperoni shows.
Yeah,
What was
Brent.
it? Guides? Guides. Yeah, he remembers.
So do you want to give them Facebook, IG?
Facebook would just be Ernest Mancuso. We don't have like a site or anything for the Howlin Donkies right now.
Okay.
It's I don't know if we will. We'll probably just keep it my page. I got a Shamble one, but I never use it for nothing.
And it's
like,
Howlin Donkies now that you guys are working with.
it's like,
so
I'll just keep it like Ernest Mancuso. They can find me on Instagram, the same thing, Ernest Mancuso. Follow my artwork or follow the Howlin Donkies information. Will always be on my Facebook page. And then we got 2 videos technically on YouTube. If you go to my channel, Ernest Mancuso on YouTube, then you can find the live version of Nirvana that we did a cover of All Apologies. And through that one, if you look, you'll see there's So Soft is on there also. Because when I downloaded So Soft, I accidentally downloaded it under private, so I got to delete it and re-download it.
Can't you just you change the settings?
I changed the settings, but for some reason it don't pop up. I don't know. We can talk about that.
Yeah,
after.
yeah.
But they can see it in my playlist though. If they friend me on YouTube, it's So Soft's in there.
And that's what you did on your performance that night, because I really enjoyed engaging in that when you were like on the table. You're on the table like this, and you're standing up, and you have the mic out, and you're just like,
well, I want people to feel it. And
is all we are. And so you were like, everybody just sing that. And so we were just all singing it, and then you just got like, I was like, dang, I missed this.
That was a subliminal message to everybody that we quit and we're sorry, and hey, we're back. All
Hey, and that's what it is.
And to everybody in life in this apology.
That's what it is.
Apology society now.
Like it's all in us, all we all are. We're here. We're here.
We're here, and I knew that would be a good one for crowd participation.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to sing with everybody because I was doing it in So Soft, and they were starting to get it in the crowd. So I was, I got them with us. And that's what it's all about. That's the fun time.
It was.
Yeah.
And for you, Arron, do you want to put up any kind of contact, an email?
My email is Arron Stockton, all lowercase, all together. Number 2 right after it, all together. And at gmail.com.
And you're on Messenger too, aren't you? Or no?
That'll probably get to the Messenger.
So
all right.
AARONSTOC.
No, it's ARRON.
ARR.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's good, because I'm going to go back and correct all my spellings everywhere.
Yeah, it's ARR. It's spelled different than normal.
ARRON Stockton. Okay.
And we're going to produce more videos. And once we get some vinyl, hey, once we get tracks that are like recorded, then we can do some
right
actual
now,
videos.
we're pre-producing
Yeah.
stuff, so we're getting to that stage where I'm gonna get a computer and a program. We're gonna make our own studio, actually.
Yeah.
Why go to a studio when you could just buy everything and have
Yeah.
it 24 hours a day?
Exactly right. You know, I had that like twice over, and through the mishaps of life, I lost that twice over. And I'm like so tired of rebuilding a studio, but I have to do it again because like
Pretty simple now.
at night it's just like I need to get this done.
Yeah. When the inspiration hits, it's good.
And I don't want to have to go find somebody to be like, can we get into the studio?
You pay $300
'Cause
for
he
a
has
couple hours.
No.
a
way.
4-track tape cassette.
I have digital and
We
all
can even
that
make
stuff,
tapes
and
off of it too.
Yeah, and that's actually really good going back to the magnet strips because that's one way that it doesn't actually get lost. The digital can
Yeah, no
erase.
shit. Yeah, I cut.
You did earlier. I've already. Yeah, I'm glad you caught yourself. Okay, well that's our time.
Yeah,
Unless you
awesome.
guys
Thank
want to
you for
get
having us.
anything else out. Do you want to mention anybody? Give any
We're
other
gonna make
shout
an
outs?
album and we're
We're
gonna
making
keep
an
on
album.
doing
Yeah.
this.
There
until we die.
should be at least some recordings that we could release digitally, hopefully by, I don't know, fall.
Yeah, in the fall.
In the fall, because that'll give us enough time. Because, like, really, in actuality, like I told the guy out there, told you earlier, it's in its infancy. So,
Yes,
I mean,
you did say that.
we just played it live because Klooster had that opportunity. He's our bro, and we weren't going to turn that down. And, you know, show everybody we're back and we're at it. So
I'm
we
so
appreciate
excited.
this.
So I'm
Thank
going to
you.
let you guys kind of jam us out the outro. I'm going to let you jam on the
What
outro.
song
And then
you
we'll
want?
just
Well,
kind
we
of
started
Do
with
you
so
know the
soft.
fade
song?
ourselves out.
Go so soft again.
All right, I'll do it again.
Go so soft? Okay.
All right.
Yep. I see your scene and it's really keen. I run away, I keep it clean. Just as dirty, just not so mean. Don't scream. It's not a nightmare, it's just a bad dream. My kid's an asshole, she just turned 14. I'm an adult now, what the fuck does that mean? It's not a nightmare. So soft, keep it so soft. The ride is spinning and I don't wanna get off. So soft, so soft. I see your scene and it's really keen. I look away, I keep it clean. Just as dirty, just not so mean. Don't scream. It's not a nightmare, it's just a bad dream. My kid's an a-hole, she just turned 14. I'm an adult now, what the F does that mean? It's not a nightmare. So soft, keep it so soft. The ride is spinning and I don't wanna get off. so tough. You're a lie. You're a bluff. Yeah, you're so rough. Yeah, you're so tough. You're a lie. Yeah, you're a bluff. You're a lie. You're a bluff. You're a lie. Yeah, you're a bluff. I run away. I look away. What more can I say? So soft, keep it so soft, keep it so soft, keep it so
Howlin Donkies, Ernie Mancuso and Arron Stockton here
at for life, and if we forgot your name today, sorry.
Yeah.
No, all apologies.
All apologies. Here at KXVS, the voice of Stockton with your girl RawNe on RawNe Hour. You guys have a wonderful Sunday and a great start to your July.
Right on.
All right,
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for being here.
Here at KXVS.
That was rad. Ooh, my ear was hurting.
I couldn't even hear myself.
Broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios is the